The next Sabbath, he began teaching in the synagogue, and many who heard him were amazed. They asked, where did he get all this wisdom? I'm going to translate of how people have said it to me. When did Tyler get so righteous? I don't know if you've ever heard this. Maybe you haven't heard this. When did you get all holier than thou, Tyler? Right when he begins moving, he starts hearing people talk about him. And I've noticed this not only in my life, but in just the world in general. Nobody likes the person in first place. When was the last time you heard someone complain in the last year that the Rams should have won the Super Bowl? No one's complaining about the Rams. Who do they make fun of? Who do they hate? The Patriots. Why? They win. I know, I'm in like Dolphin area. I get it. We hate them because they win. He went home, and these people start seeing him teach. Well, I'm not teaching, and I went to school with them. No one likes a winner. Especially, because remember, when someone wins, what does someone else have to do also? Lose. Right when you step out and you start walking in that calling that God put on you, right when you start talking like God told you to talk, right when you start praying, right when you start walking in that power and that obedience, what are you going to hear? Where'd he get all righteous at? How'd he get all holier than thou? I mean, why don't you go ahead and pray, Rev? I get that all the time. Oh, pastor's in the house, let him pray for the dinner. I'm like, man, just shut up. Shut up. I learned, man, my daughter wants to race me, Asher, all the time. So I'll go, ready, set, go, and we'll start running. And you know what I've noticed? My daughter likes to race. She wants it to be close. But right when I start getting close to her and I pass her, she'll stop me and she'll do this. No, Daddy, I win. No, Daddy, you stop, I win. So I'll stop and she'll take off again. But if I'm not running, she gets mad too. She wants it. People just want you to be close to them. They don't want you to pass them. As we get into this fresh season, as we see this breakthrough as a church, as we see opportunities, and right when we walk into it, why did I not pitch to Lori Grenier? I was scared of what she'd say. I was scared of what she'd think about me. That's the reason why most people don't get baptized. You know that? We got beach baptism coming up. What will my family say? No one likes somebody winning because someone also has to lose. Jesus goes into his hometown, showcases everything God's doing in his life, how he's activating the Holy Spirit with everything that he's doing. And now people go, whoa, where'd this power come from? When did you get up? And I think that it's the same for us. Right when you step out, nobody gets mad at someone that rides the bench. No one gets mad when someone's not moving. They get mad right when you start moving because then it reveals they're not moving. But look, I wish it stopped here. It doesn't. Verse 3, listen to this. Where did he get all that wisdom and the power to perform miracles? Verse 3, then they scoffed. Then they laughed. If you don't know, I didn't know what scoff means, so I looked it up. If you've ever, there is nothing better than making someone laugh. Right? You come back from a crazy weekend and you come to your work and you're just waiting to get next to the watering hole and you got this story and right when you talk about it, everyone laughs. He's like, got him. There's nothing better than making someone laugh. There's not. But you know what? There's also not anything worse than being laughed at. There's nothing worse than being laughed at. And I don't know if you ever have. I have. I'll put myself on blast. I haven't always wanted to be a preacher. In reality, I still kind of don't sometimes. I wanted to be a rapper growing up. I did. Like that was what I was gonna do. Because I grew up in the MTV when they actually had music and Lil Wayne was popular and I just came off Biggie and Tupac, so everything was great. I wanted to be a rapper. And I remember in third grade, hear me out, this is for real. In third grade, I started a hip hop group. My name was Lil T, and my best friend growing up was Antoine Miller. His name was Lil A. Don't laugh at me right now. Like I said, man, don't laugh. And so every day on the bus when we'd ride to school, we'd get a composition notebook, and we would write our raps on there. And I remember we were writing our raps, and man, they were hard. I'm telling you, man, we had bars. I'm telling you. One day, Lil A, Antoine, leaves the rhyme book on the bus. we come and we get back on the bus after school and we're sitting on the bus. And I remember bus 2, Miss Sheila, I remember you. She gets on the intercom. I don't know if buses still have intercoms, but she gets on the intercom. And she goes, hey guys, before we take off, I want to read you something. And I see the book in my bus driver's hands. There is no worse feeling that has ever occurred in my entire life. And then she begins to read what I'll never forget that she read. My name is Lil T and I like to rap. Every time I come around, everybody claps. They see me running out on the streets and the girls go beep, beep, look at me, I'm going out with Lil T. I wish my bus would have responded like that. I wouldn't be here right now, I'll tell you that much right now. No, they laughed and they laughed, and there was nothing that could kill a dream and crush a dream more than laughing at someone and then telling and not taking them seriously. When I stepped out into wanting to do ministry, people laughed. Do you know how disheartening that is? And now we have the Son of God, Jesus Christ, getting laughed at for stepping out in his calling. I wish I can tell you it was going to be rainbows and butterflies when you stepped out into what you were going to do and what God called you to do. I wish I could tell you that. And at the end of the tunnel, it is. You have joy, you have peace, you know you're walking in your calling, but it is a hard road. If they'll do this to Jesus, if they will do this to Jesus, what will they do to you? What will the people that don't see? Because they're not called to see what you see. God didn't give them the vision he gave you. Thus, they won't see what you see. But look, they scoffed at him. They laughed at him.